Hey everyone, I'm Marina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a shop update preview this Friday, May 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. Today I have it's going to be like kind of some different things in the update. I had a ton of leftover dye this week, and so I really needed to get those out of their containers, get them onto some yarn so I didn't have to pour them down the sink. I do not pour dye down the drain. I think it's such a waste. And so I always come up with really fun, one-of-a-kind colorways for you to enjoy because I think it's really fun. And so let me show you what I came up with this week. The first kit that I came up with is a set of these really beautiful, bright micro skeins. These are 10-gram skeins of my Lonnie sock base, and I would say they're kind of a loose rainbow gradient. They're not exactly a rainbow, but they just have some really beautiful colors in them. And I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. I really wanted to do a set that is the micro 10-gram skeins, but has little pops of neons. Like I've got some neons here, and of course this green. Have some deeper shades, but I think these are really fun in, to put a stripe in something. I love them for like heels, toes, and cuffs in a sock. They're so fun to put some stripes in a baby sweater or a child-size sweater. They would be really great in like a scrappy project. These are just really versatile, and they're obviously very beautiful in this package, so that's kind of fun, the way that they're packaged. And yeah, so these will be in the shop this week. The next end of the day set, I used 20-gram minis, and I did a fade from lightest to darkest. This is a set of 6 20-gram minis. They go from a light, speckly, variegated, down to a dark one. I can't tell you how much I love these. I just think these are so great. And I think they would be really beautiful in some kind of project maybe that had color blocks in it. Maybe if you found one of these, a coordinating color that is in this mini, like, a neon pink like my colorway Princess, or a neon green like my colorway Glowworm, a mint green, one of these colors in a tonal shade. I think it would be so beautiful to start at the beginning and use this light mini and then put a block of tonal color and then continue on down the line. You would make a beautiful shawl that way. So 20-gram minis times 6. Of course, I'll have all the yardage and weight listed on these. These aren't labeled yet. So this equals out to be, oh gosh, 120 grams. So total, this is a full-size skein plus a mini. That's the equivalent. And so actually you could make definitely a full-size pair of socks out of these with 120 grams. For sure, you could make a good-sized pair of socks out of this. That'd be fun. That would be so fun to do, like a stripy pair of socks. Anyway, I thought these were so beautiful. Really love these. And this is, again, an end of the day colorway, just like my other little minis, my micro skeins. These are all one of a kind. I will never be able to recreate these. My final set, I used 50-gram minis. So these are each a half skein, half of a full-size skein. And again, I did a really gradual fade from lightest to darkest. And these are crazy speckled colors. These have so many different colors. I really should have taken a photo of how many bottles of dye I had left over because there were so many bottles I had to wash after this. But this is a 6 skein set. So this is 300 grams, or the equivalent of 3 full-size skeins. And again, it goes from lightest to darkest. It's a very, very gradual fade. I love the colors in this fade. I just think when they were coming together, sometimes I feel like they just kind of die themselves, and I just could have never planned for all these amazing, gorgeous colors. So I'll tell you what I am going to do, because I am saving one of these for myself because I love it so much. I am going to knit a dotted raised shawl, and I am going to just knit it end to end. So once I run out of a color, I'm just going to attach the next color and knit. I'm not going to blend the colors at all or alternate skeins or anything, because they are such a gradual fade. I think that they will kind of blend, it just kind of blends themselves. So another thing you could do with these, you could knit, you're well on your way to a really beautiful sweater. This would be such a cute, like, kids or toddler sweater. Anything you can do with 3 full skeins of yarn, you can do with this. So I will have these also in the shop this week. I also dyed up some single strand sock blanks. So I'm going to show you what these look like. I do not have these packaged yet. These are just folded up after I took photos of them. Basically, sock blanks are a knitted piece of fabric, which is then dyed in its knitted form. So this is a long, it almost kind of looks like a scarf. This is a long knitted fabric, and I apply the dye directly on the sock blank. And then how you knit from this, a lot of people like to cake up their yarn, so they just unravel the yarn and cake it up. And some people like to knit directly from the blank. So as you're knitting, you just unravel the sock blank from the end, and you just knit that way. And it always lends itself to just the most beautiful, sometimes heathered effect, definitely speckly if it has speckles on it. They always turn out to be the neatest projects, because you just can't plan the colors when they are dyed on a sock blank like this. So I will have 2 of these really beautiful kind of peachy coral gradients. One end is a dark peach, and then it goes to a lighter end. It has tons of speckles in it. So that will turn out to be so fun. I also have 2 of these, and these are crazy, crazy speckled, and these are going to be beautiful knit up. And these are fun because one end has more purples, and then as you go to the other end, it has more pinks, as you can see. So these will be so much fun to knit up. And like I said, I have 2 of these. Each one is a little different, but I did dye them at the same time, and so they should be fairly similar to each other. My final blank that I knit up, my final blank that I dyed this week is a really pretty gradient. It's not quite a rainbow, but it's definitely a gradient that goes from pink or purple, blue, green, yellow, and then this really pretty kind of peachy coral color, and then it goes back yellow, green, blue, purple. So this almost looks kind of tie-dyed. It's just super kind of casual and funky and fun. And I just thought it's going to be unraveled and knit up so beautifully. I really, really love the colors in this one. So that will also be listed. So if you feel kind of, I don't know, you kind of feel stuck, you don't really have anything that's drawing your attention, I think it's great to pull out a sock blank, cast on a pair of socks, and see what your project becomes, because sock blanks are just so unpredictable and fun, and just seeing the colors change and seeing your project change as you knit. In my opinion, all sock blank projects turn out so beautiful. And so I just thought I would dye those up this week. I haven't dyed any in very, very long time. I think it's been probably years since I dyed up a sock blank. So those were really fun, and I hope you enjoy them too. So now I'd like to go through some of the pre-order options that I have available at pineappleyarn.com. I do have my advent calendar still listed for 2020. I just listed that last Friday. Thank you so much to all of you who have already purchased one. It is going to be so fabulous. I am in the midst of finalizing all the plans for it, and I'm very, very excited this year for this calendar. I think it's going to be so much fun and such a good time, and so I just appreciate all of your orders so much and cannot wait until I ship them out to you and you can see them. I also have my 3 club pre-orders available for June. If you are not familiar with my clubs, all 3 of them are different themes. They're really fun. I have a pre-order for them the month before, and then by the 10th of the following month, they're all shipped out to you. So the first club I'd like to talk about is my Glow Club. That is my Yarn and Candle Club. Every order will include 1 6-ounce candle in the fragrance that is special for that month. And I did put an option, however, because I know a lot of you just want the candle, I did put an option to just pre-order the candle for the Glow Club. So just a heads up that that's there. But everything else, you have your choice of yarn base, and then it also includes a candle. And so they kind of share a theme together, which is just very fun and unique. I love lighting a candle when I'm knitting, of course when my kids aren't around me, but in the evening when they've gone to bed, I love lighting a candle, even in the spring and summer months, and just knitting. It's just such a relaxing time, and I really, really enjoy that. But let me go back to this month's theme. The theme this month for the June pre-orders is called Nature's Beauty, and I just started playing around with some pictures in my mood board, and I had a fragrance that I had wanted to use for a while, and it completely matched the mood board that I made and the theme, and it all just kind of came together. The top notes will be grapefruit, bergamot, and clementine. The middle notes will be jasmine and rose, and then it will feature bottom notes of oak moss, sandalwood, and patchouli. So it has a really nice balance of some clean citrusy notes and then some floral notes and some more earthy notes. This is it's such a nice fragrance. I think it balances all 3 of those kind of like scent categories really well, and so none of them overpower each other. It's just a very balanced fragrance. I love it, and I really hope you do too. My second club is my Sun Club, and it's my Bold and Bright Neon Club. It's always a little crazy. It's for those who really, really enjoy that kind of bold, crazy yarn. And this month I focused on a mood board mostly of purples and oranges. So it will feature some very flashy colors. These are very saturated purples and oranges. It will probably have other colors either as speckles or included just to balance out those 2. It will reflect the mood board. It will be really, really fun. My third club is my Low Country Club, and it's dedicated to the culture of the South. And really, I couldn't let this club go by any longer without including a theme of sweet tea. It's definitely a mainstay. It's definitely something that people think of when they think of the South. And so I put together a mood board just of these very rich browns that are the color of tea. Has some like turquoise and lemon and I think there's a little bit of mint in there. And so it's going to be a challenge to dye that, but I think it's going to be really, really beautiful as well. I did want to just call it tea because here you have your choice of tea or unsweet tea. When you order tea, it's just sweet tea. That's what it is. That will be the Low Country theme for this month. I'm sure it will be really fun, and I can't wait to dye all of them. So that is it for the shop update this week. Before you go, I do want to talk very briefly about things here in the studio. I'm continuing to take all the sanitary precautions as I have been in the studio. So in addition to my normal cleaning and maintenance routines here, I am sanitizing all surfaces, doorknobs, light switches. I always wear my hair totally pulled back, and I'm wearing gloves most of the time because of dyes and candle wax and all these things. And in addition to that, all packaging that I receive, when I receive supplies in the mail, I always leave them outside and unpackage things outside so I don't bring anything into the studio. And so that's what I've been doing to keep everything sanitary. I'm also the only person who works here. This is a one-woman show, and so no one else in the family, like my children, are not allowed in here. I'm the only person out here in the studio. I'm so fortunate to have a separate studio space for pineapple yarn. And so this is like my little sanitary space. No one else can come in here and make messes. I can keep everything very clean. Totally happy with that. So I know some of you are definitely concerned with, different precautions and keeping things sanitary. I did want to let you know that I'm continuing to keep all those up. I have no problem with keeping everything super clean either, so totally happy to be able to do that for you. And if you do have any questions as far as, things we're doing here, safety precautions, anything like that, please do feel free to contact me. I have a contact link on my website, and I always enjoy hearing from you. So that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my shop update will be Friday, May 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. I hope you will join me then. And until next time, I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.